backlash that Tucker Carlson has been getting for hosting Nick Fuentes on his show. Tucker Carlson called out Representative Randy Fine from Florida today at Megyn Kelly's event. He's the Jewish Zionist senator who's very pro-war. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
The main criticism
the House about this today. We have a sitting member of Congress from Florida called Randy Fine, who was literally texted or put on Twitter, "We should kill them all, every single one." Someone texted a picture of literally a dead baby, and he laughs at it. And it's like, this guy's a lawmaker who's appropriating money to a military committing genocide, and that's cool. It's not cool.
No.
And let's just be honest. That is much worse than anything Nick Fuentes has said. Period.
And the audience.
So the main pushback.
So honestly, I'm so glad he said this. First off, for those who don't know who Randy Fine is, again, like I said, he's the Jewish Zionist congressman from Florida. Trump actually endorsed him when he first ran, and Trump again endorsed him a second time. And I've seen a lot of really just sick things some congressmen have said, but nothing really gets as just like pure evil as Randy Fine. Obviously, I have the image blurred out here just for YouTube guidelines, but somebody posts a photo of a dead Palestinian baby in rubble. And Randy Fine responds to that photo and says, thanks for the pic. It's an actual dead Palestinian baby. This dude wrote tweet after tweet after tweet, bombs away, kill them all. He genuinely does not give a damn. One tweet, he said, let the streets of Gaza spill with blood. I'm sorry, that is some psycho level evil where you're calling for the blood of innocent people. That's a whole nother level of evil. And he'll go ahead and say, oh, the blood of Hamas. Give me a damn break. Okay. When we're exporting weapons overseas for Israel to commit to do this onslaught in Gaza, these are the faces of the people that are really endorsing and sponsoring that. And nothing gets under my skin more. Actually, with Ben Shapiro recently too, when Ben Shapiro went on his rant a couple of days ago after Tucker Carlson hosted Nick Fuentes, and Ben Shapiro starts going psycho on his 40-minute damn video, talking about, showing clip after clip of everything that Nick Fuentes has said. Nick Fuentes has said some pretty insane stuff, but honestly, Ben Shapiro and Randy Fine are going to be lecturing us on morality. The people who for the past 2 damn years have been trying to justify this onslaught in Gaza are going to be lecturing us on morality and who Tucker Carlson should and should not platform. I promise you, on every single metric of morality, Randy Fine and Ben Shapiro are magnitudes worse than anything that Nick Fuentes is. And I've heard a lot of what Nick Fuentes had to say. But guess what? I don't see Nick Fuentes calling for blood to be spilling down the damn streets. Never heard Nick Fuentes say that once. He said a lot of crazy ass shit. Never started justifying the murder of millions of people right now as we speak and begging for weapons to be sent over so he can watch all of these innocent people die. Yet Nick Fuentes is the one that Tucker Carlson should be condemned for hosting, not Ben Shapiro, not these Jewish Zionists that are backed with billions of dollars from people like Miriam Adelson, promoting death and destruction in Gaza, stealing Palestinian lands, and Ben Shapiro's not condemned? I don't see one politician calling to condemn Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, the same dude who's been begging for us to go to every single war that the United States has went into over the past 20 years. That Ben Shapiro. Not one person ever called for Ben Shapiro to be condemned. Yet Nick Fuentes supposed to be condemned. It's ridiculous. I'm so sick of getting lectured on morality by people that have no morals whatsoever in any regard. Give me a damn break. Oh no, a white guy that's happy to be white. How scary. Nick Fuentes. Oh my God. Really? Really? Yet the Jewish Zionists that are preaching for blood to spill down the streets of Gaza and that are exporting millions and billions of dollars overseas for Israel, those people shouldn't be canceled at all. Really? It's to the point where you get so sick of it. And it's like, who you guys have no authority whatsoever to speak as if you are somehow more superior than Nick Fuentes is. And you don't even need to support Nick Fuentes in any way for you to just notice that you can't try to justify, you can't condemn one person while also supporting the same people that are accepting and supporting what's going on in Gaza. So just want to go through some of the comments here because a lot of people had to talk about it as well. Tucker Carlson blasted Israeli asset rep Randy Fine, saying his laughter at a photo of a dead baby on X is worse than anything Nick Fuentes has ever said. Carlson said, we have a sitting member of Congress who literally posted, "We should kill them all," and then laughed at an image of a dead infant. Justin Tucker Carlson rips Randy Fine. Again, another tweet. Tucker is right. Tucker Carlson calls out Randy Fine, saying his laughter about a dead baby on X is worse than anything Nick has said. So it's going on and on and on. And this is kind of exactly what people are just so fed up with it. What's this one? It seems like it's criticizing Tucker a bit. You can literally replace Tucker with Cenk Uygur and they'll sound the same. I don't need the copy when I can have the original. And just like we're not uniting with Uygur, we're not uniting with Tucker ever. Promise you this dude looks like he's just some Zionist. And then let's see here, and then kind of just more of the same. Everybody's just like, of course, this person just going after Tucker, and then it looks like she's a Zionist as well. Regardless, though, that's Trump-endorsed Representative Randy Fine for you. And it's so interesting because Trump is endorsing people like Representative Randy Fine, who is probably one of the most evil people in Congress, also endorsing Representative Lindsey Graham, but going after congressmen that really are America first. You could really tell that they have their heart in the right place, like Thomas Massie, and deciding to go after Thomas Massie and have somebody take Thomas Massie's seat. That's kind of what's going on now. So it seems like the guy who came in and was ushered into presidency on the stipulation that he's going to drain the swamp has very quickly became the swamp that he tried so desperately, or promised that he would so desperately drain. It's all so hypocritical. And let's just listen to a little bit more of what Tucker Carlson had to say on Megyn Kelly as well.
The main criticism, as I understand, has been when you had Jeffrey Dahmer or the Ku Klux Klan said a long list of very vile things.
Big time, including attacking my dad, which was the most vile of all, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I personally have watched videos of him questioning the Holocaust, likening it to baking cookies in the oven, and there's no things to seem to think that we've way overstated the number of Jews killed in the Holocaust. He's ripped on poor Usha Vance in the most offensive.
Do your own interview the way that you want to do it. You're not my editor. Buzz off. I mean, I don't know. You want to go yell at Nick Fuentes? I'll give you his cell. Call him and go sit and yell at him and feel virtuous or whatever. That's up to you. I got the same thing with Putin. Why aren't you yelling at him? Okay, why? So I can show that I'm a good person?
The reason people like Ben Shapiro and people like Mark Levine, however you say his last name, the reason that these people are so upset and are asking people to condemn Tucker Carlson is because for once, these Zionists have lost control of the narrative. They had the narrative in the grip of their hands and it's slipping away from them. And it scares them. It scares them that for once, they don't control everything and people are able to criticize Israel and people are platforming individuals that are counter to their narrative and they have no control over it anymore. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to basically grab onto the last strands of control they have of this empire that they built that's very clearly crumbling to the ground, which is basically American support for Israel and the Israel first agenda. Typically, when things crumble and when empires fall, they have to get a lot worse before they get better. And I think when it comes to Israel first policy, it's going to be very, very similar. We're going to see, and we already are seeing, the Trump administration is going to become more and more Israel first before eventually something's going to crack and something's going to give way. Because right now, we're coming up on midterm elections and we're seeing some individuals, some congressmen, and some running for Congress, running that they're as anti-APAC candidates. And I'm sure a few of them will get voted in, and I'm sure the APAC money for a lot of others are going to keep them safe. But soon, and eventually, we're going to reach a tipping point, a huge tipping point, and they know that. These Israel firsters know that, and they're trying to do everything they can to stop it from happening, which is why we have people like Mark Levin going on social media mocking people that have stupid little podcasts saying that they're not going to be able to change the world and they're not going to be able to keep pushing this anti-Israel sentiment because it just simply goes against their narrative. And I'm enjoying watching them crash out. It's actually been a great experience for me watching Bill Ackman and Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro and Randy Fine crash out. I've been really enjoying it. So anyways, let's just go through some of the comments here. Also, would really appreciate some support, guys. Feel free to send a super chat in the comments as well. Let's start over here. Thank you, Mayada. How's your family in Palestine? I have I'm Palestinian. I was born in America. I have family in the occupied West Bank right now. They're not doing too hot. They're in a settlement. They're next to a Jewish settlement called Yitzhar, which is actually the most violent settlement in the West Bank. So they've been having a tough time recently. They've just been getting cars and stuff burnt down in the village, but they're hanging in there. Minorities somehow have authority over the majority. Absolutely, Laura. It seems like that's exactly what it is, honestly. And that minority is a small group of billionaire-backed neocons that are basically just pushing this Israel first policy agenda. Patrick, Hebrew hammer, more like the Hebrew hamburger. In reference to Randy Fine here calling himself the Hebrew hammer, which I just find pretty funny. Let's see. I applaud you for that. Thanks for the good laugh, Patrick. That's funny. I just found out his happening is because I watched the Body Language Ghost YouTube, just looking through. Anyways, keep Nick and Tucker's face out there. The more they fight and give it attention, the more people notice. I was woken up by Candace when I saw her. Same with Nick. And this is honestly kind of what we're noticing. And what I find so interesting is that just imagine a world where Charlie Kirk wasn't assassinated. And the last message he sent the day before his assassination is that he is leaving the Israel cause. He has no choice but to leave the Israel cause. Imagine the social landscape we would be in right now with a Charlie Kirk that no longer supports Israel. I'm sure when he said he's going to leave the Israel cause, I don't know if that necessarily meant he was going to become some fringe anti-Israel individual like we see Candace's, and I wouldn't even call them fringe actually, but just anti-Israel like we see Candace and Tucker. I think he would have just tried to not speak. He just simply would have not spoken about it as much and wouldn't have really tried to defend it as much. But imagine how detrimental that would have been to Israel by having the largest conservative public figure for young American conservatives now starting to switch their position on Israel. Imagine the loss of support that they would have had, which they're still going to have anyways. The environment we would be in right now would be so different. Israel saw that as a major threat. So funny enough, if of course everything ends up working out for Israel when tragedies happen in the United States. Settlers and settlements are very nice words. Shouldn't they be called thieves? Yeah, I would agree with that. They should be called thieves. That's just kind of what we're used to right now. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. Your Ben Shapiro impression is on point. I appreciate it. I try my best. Thanks, Veronica. I appreciate it. Thanks for all of your support, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening.